Hey guys, welcome back to another breakdown on touchscreen, and today we have a bit of a middle sweeper into what it's like a reverse quickie ninja. So this sounds complicated and looks a little bit complicated as well, but when we break it down, there's only a couple of steps to this play. So to starters, our middle are these two players here. And we've seen on the video before, we call it, where I'm from, a Cindy. I've heard it be called an outlaw or anything like that. It's a middle sweep. So the ball, instead of going between the middles and dumping middle, they give the ball to the link. And he's the one that makes the dump. So theoretically, what normally happens in a Cindy is he would dump the ball on the link, which is back here. And then you would give the ball to the sweeper who's coming around, and he can attack that same link and try and score a try much the same as you would on a punish. There's a very good video I'll show, and that's Drummy scoring now. So that's what would normally happen on a Cindy. But here you can see that the link is not progressing forward. It is the middle that's coming up to be brave. And what that does there is it eliminates the chance of you giving the sweeper the pass, because the link can get back on side, and now the sweeper's no longer the option. But now if you have a look at it, we are really just in a middle situation. Okay, because this guy here has become the link. He's swept around. But if you look at this shape at face value and what it is now, if you forget the fact that we've had a sweeper, we can just imagine now that this is the link. And these two are the middles. So that sweeper was really just a bit of fluff, as I call it, a bit of nothing, a bit of nonsense that just gets you into this position. If you wanted to give the ball to the sweeper, obviously you get your link wider and dump on this link. But now it's the second step, so we sometimes call it a two-step. The second step of this play is adapting to now what is a middle. And you can, from the dummy half, you can run. That is one option. Or, because we've got both middles up here, he gives the reverse quickie shape. So it's kind of like again, that sweeper, whilst it's part of this move, we can really forget about it. If you forget the fact that there was a sweeper, this is now just a reverse quickie. And I hopefully that simplifies things for you a little bit. So when we run the reverse quickie now, this player here is still offside, and he has no cover on his inside because the other middle was offside as well. Normally he'd like to be back here so he can cover that dive. So now your options are to beat this play here with footwork. Obviously the number 8's got the ball, and dive between the middles. He can just gun it this way, and it becomes a foot race, especially if that not touching middle was very tight. Then it just becomes a foot race. But what they do here is they just run that ninja. Okay, because this touches pulled corner, and that just opens up when he takes off to the open side. Obviously, this man-on style defense means this middle's chasing to that point, whilst this other middle is pulling corner, and that just opens up that middle gap right here. And that's just literally a reverse quickie ninja, but we started out with a middle sweep and our link dumping the ball on their middle. So whilst, yes, it is our link, like if you look at the players and their positions normally, it is a link dumping the ball. Let's just go back to the start. So you can see that guy is the link, yes. But now, this shape here, let's forget about the sweeper, it's middle. So if you're dummy half in this situation, you have to be well aware of who's making the touch. All right, if it's this middle, then you can run or give it back to the dumper. If it's this link, then you must give it to the sweeper, otherwise everything's just man on. If this guy here makes the touch, if he comes over and makes the touch, that's fine. Give it to this guy straight away because he's just got all that space to run on a 3-on-2. Okay, so that's what you don't want to do as a defender. What I would do here in defense is treat this like a reverse quickie. Like I know it's a lot harder to see, especially when it's behind the mask of a sweeper. But that reverse quickie there can be just sniped if you can get a good read on. It's a bad arrow. If you can get a good read on that as the far side or the open side link, and you snipe that, then it takes all the pressure off your middles. And because like if you look at this middle here, his options are you chase the ball and you open up a hole here, or you leave him and you give away an easy 3-on-2. And this number 8 here with the ball, he can score. He's not like dummy half or anything. He can score. So it's a really nice little play that when you break it down is actually quite simple. So hopefully that makes a little bit more sense for you. And yeah, try this one at your... you can try this on touch 1. Like it's a pretty low risk play, especially when it involves only one or two really short passes. You don't have to run the trail off it. You can just try and score with that pass off the ground, and you can try it with the actual sweeper as well. But hope you like that one. We will be continuing to upload more videos each Monday. I'll have some more stats out. I'm going to do some NTL stuff. And then we've got much more coming up. We've got Metro Cup coming up that I'm going to be talking about. Vorden Cup's coming up soon. And then at the end, that will lead into the New South Wales and the Queensland State Cups. So thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.